Well, here I go. I'm just trying to have it all. Money causing the clues. I'm just trying to have a ball. If I'm gone for a minute, baby, let these people know I'm alright. Let them know I'm alright. Just let them know that I've been grinding for what's mine. Tribulations and some trials never hindered our grind. I'ma tell them if I'm gone for a minute, baby, let these people know I'm alright. Let them know I'm alright. Just let them know that. I'm 59, 50 authentic, uncooked when I'm raw. While everybody else going here, my homies want the whole.
How's it going, guys?
Back at it, on
Aaron,
top.
Oh, yeah. We have all of our shit today. We're all gathered up in the correct state of mind.
Came prepared, but anyways.
Aaron's rapper.
Dysfunctional.
This is the Come Up Podcast, episode
4. I'm losing count.
Episode 4, that is correct.
That's 4.
Okay,
shit.
so today we actually have a special guest with us.
Yes, sir. He's known for trolling. He's known... Oh, God. I don't even know where to... I guess we'll let him introduce himself.
Neeko of War Music. I'm the dude that was inspired by. Shout out to the man. He paved the way for everybody out here. And I don't know. I mean, like, I'm whatever you want me to be. I mean, I won't go that far. I mean, that's a little drastic, but
Yeah.
I'm Neeko of War Music. You can just look me up on Google. Neeko of hashtag War Music. All in one word. It's that simple. And, you know, there's a lot of shit about me on the internet.
Yo, you heard it here first. Neeko War Music. $1's a dollar.
Every dollar matters.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Well, man, we're super happy to have you here as a guest and have you featured on one of our podcast episodes. We're happy you tuned in and
Yeah.
you're picking up on the lingo and
What
moving forward with us.
Yeah, and what I really like about it is the fact that we were able to talk about these in the past few episodes on how he had helped us get to where we're going now. And to have him introduced onto the podcast is, I'd say, something special.
Absolutely. Friend of the
special.
show, for sure. I mean, Neeko's someone I've always looked up to. I know
Yeah.
you yourself look up to. You're kind of a local legend of sorts.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Some would say goated.
GOAT status.
Don't say that around Toro. You'll hurt his feelings.
Who?
Facts.
Oh, shit. I'm going to have to fucking compress that vocal down.
I'm saying, like, there just needs to be a track called Super Saiyan 2, but it's not 2, it's TOO. And it's coming from the man himself.
Well, it won't be Super Saiyan 2. I would just like call up Crush and make like a spirit bomb.
Oh.
No, bro. It's got to be like Vegeta Strikes Back or some shit, you know? Like,
Well, that was his 15 minutes of fame.
True.
Dysfunctional can pop in and be like, you know, Return of Majin Buu or some shit.
Hell yeah.
I'm savvy on the animes.
Bro, I'm just going to be eating, like, all the chocolate, turning them into chocolate and shit, just popping them in my mouth.
Church will eat all the McNuggets and be like the next form.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right. So I guess we should get into it, Aaron. I'm assuming you have some questions right off the top of your head.
Bro. You can quit with the innuendos. We're not getting into anything. Okay? We can have a nice conversation, but that's it. That's about it, buddy.
Yeah, there's chivalry behind this, all right?
Oh, shit.
Well, I figured because, like, the 6 feet rule isn't applying anymore.
Okay. All right.
I'm
All right.
vaccinated.
That doesn't mean I want you inside. Okay. All right. Serious. Well composed. We got to do better than last week.
Indeed.
All right. So, as we said before, we have Neeko of War Music with us. Local legend, veteran of the scene out here. I guess first things first, Neeko, what was your first forte into rap, into music?
I mean, as far as like me being interested in music, it's been a lifelong passion. My great grandmother was a DJ. But, you know, if you want to fast forward to like when I started taking my music more seriously, I was about 17. I heard a CD that one of my friends had,
and it was CCU CD. So like this is like Big Mun and Matos from out here. They're the first dudes that I heard professionally recorded on a CD. I mean, back then I was like recording off of a fucking GarageBand mic.
Right.
So to hear like motherfuckers on a CD and I'm bumping it in my stereo and all this, I'm like, damn, like, you know, like how the hell do I even get on this? So I mean, like the moment that I heard them, I wanted to know how to do it, you know, and that really like pushed the envelope as far as like, you know, me doing what I wanted to do. Yeah, like those dudes are dope. I mean, like I know like they're tending to their lives and all that, but they used to run shit out here.
See, and what I think's cool about that is the fact that we're able to look at that as a different aspect. Like, we look at him as he did to CCU.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when we were just starting our roots, he was the guy that we were looking up to and being inspired to be like, in a sense. So, that's something really cool.
Oh, yeah, bro. I've taken acid. Life works in circles. I know that shit.
You ever watch Space Jam on mushrooms?
No,
You'll
bro.
realize how bad the acting in that movie is.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, bro. That was a check for Michael Jordan. Absolutely.
Michael Jordan had like 2-sentence lines like,
Yo,
he's like,
you
yeah.
see, have you seen those?
Yeah, pugs.
Have you seen those comedic twins like forming a skit of like how Space Jam came about?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
I haven't seen it. No.
Okay, so I'll put it in the comments later on, but so basically they were talking about like how it got started, and he's like hitting up the director. He's like, "Hey," and they're like, "Hey, Mike, how's it going?" He's like, "I got a movie idea." He's like, "Yeah, what's that?" He's like, "Basketball team." All right, sounded good. And he's listing off the players. He's like, "That's a dope team, Mike. Who's gonna be on your team?" Bugs Bunny. And he's like, "Hey, I'm getting a call from someone else, and I'll call you back." And like,
You know what? I think I have seen that. Now that you're like explaining it out, that does sound fucking familiar.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, motherfucker!" Like, "Oh,
yeah,
damn."
He calls back Mike. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm in."
Oh no. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Shit's too good. Nice. Okay, so back to our conversation. This is probably gonna happen a little bit throughout this podcast. We're gonna divert from course, but
Oh yeah. Multiverse.
it's okay. We'll fucking saddle her up and bring her back in.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, so we talked about how you got into music. What first drew you to it?
Yeah.
How about like pushing it further? Because there's a difference between pursuing music and just okay, I'm writing in a notebook.
Right.
I turn on a beat on YouTube, and then you cross that line of I'm gonna buy a beat. I'm going to buy a mic. I'm going to buy my studio setup. I'm going to start recording my music and put myself out there.
It was like honestly, these were like back in the days, like when I had friends and shit. So I would be at parties freestyling, and this is like all we did for fun. I mean, like we just had weed, alcohol in a garage, just freestyling. So me and my friends, we'd all just freestyle. And they're like, "Neeko, you need to like seriously take this more seriously." And I got myself like my first decent job, and with a decent paycheck, I bought like an interface, some headphones, and the same fucking microphone that I still have. And I started recording more professionally after that. I ran to Bizarre Beats. He's from Oswego. Him and I made like an EP in a very short period of time. This was like the pre-UGS days. I was like riding around Aurora with like a burnt CD, feeling like I was signed and shit.
Shout out to my hometown, Aurora.
Hell yeah! Shout out to the A-Town.
City of Lights. I fuck with that shit. How could we not shine, baby?
Hell yeah! 630 all day.
Yeah, dope shit. All right, man. I swung twice.
All
Go
right.
for it. Ask away, bro.
All right. So I know you and I had talked about this prior, but for the audience sake, what are some things that you're looking to achieve within the future? Like, I know you had achieved and strategized things in the past, like the Ottawa talent show.
Yeah.
You had achieved that, and that was something him and I went and happened to watch, and we're like really blown away at the fact that you had achieved and came in first place with that.
I was blown away with that too, because honestly, I didn't really perceive like Ottawa to be like that much in rap. And
Small town, yeah.
yeah,
And
small
let's be
town,
honest, it's mostly
conservative.
country,
Yeah,
conservative,
yeah.
yes.
So I mean, I just kind of did it because I signed up for it. And usually, like when I like line myself up to do something, I don't back out of it. I won't cap. Like I was wasted as fuck when I did it. So like, I think I was like in the urinal when they were announcing like the winners and shit. I just like stumbled out of the urinal and just like came up to everybody.
Put his dick away, fucking.
Yeah, tucked it under my jersey. I come up and like, you know, I was just expecting them to like, you know, list off people that weren't me, and like I said, I was just doing it for the experience, and like they listed off the names, and I just heard Neeko of War music, and like I was like, am I fucked up or did I really just hear that? They're like, no, here's your trophy, buddy. Like, oh, okay, like I'll take it. Like, yeah, I didn't expect to win it, and I wasn't in it to win it either. You know, it just happened.
Right, and along with that, you were able to perform at the high school over radio.
Now that is something that I feel is actually one of the more important things in my life beyond music. I got in a fight there when I was like 16, and I was banned from that high school. Yeah, so to go from being banned from that high school to being the dude doing festivities for the 4th of July that like people with kids are watching, like that's a come up on its own. I think so far that's probably like one of my bigger accomplishments.
Right, so with those thoughts in mind and everything, what are the things you were looking to achieve in the future? And do you have plans on how you're going to go about it?
I mean, at the end of the day, like I kind of like want to do something kind of like good music or like Young Money, and just, you know, inspire a whole wave of artists that have the same ideals and can impact culture the same way. I want to keep on pushing like positivity and believing in yourself, because like there's just a bunch of negative shit going on, and I feel that a lot of people aren't able to reach their full potential because they're putting too much of their focus on that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a lot of turmoil going on, a lot of undue vindication and
right. I mean, especially within the last year, it's been a wild ride for all of us, I'd say.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, you had just got new equipment for the studio and everything. Are you planning on taking your music a different route as well, or is it just a change for the studio?
I just want to improve my recording quality. I kind of feel like improving the acoustics and, you know, upgrading the equipment that I'm using is just a step that I've needed to take. It's been something that's long overdue. I'm watching, like, you know, guys like yourselves, like, you know, you guys got like up-to-date equipment, and it's just a part of the game. Like, some things become obsolete. Other things come in the game that can make the workflow of what you're doing faster. And like, I feel that if I improve my equipment, I can get the stuff out quicker, and it'll sound cleaner and better product, better reciprocation.
change is a very good thing, especially in like the studio setting.
Oh,
there
yeah.
are plugins and equipment that are released absolutely to make your life and mixing and producing and doing all of that just 10 times easier.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're never going to hand you something that's going to set you back.
Right.
You got to just be weary on what you buy, make sure you're buying from good
you
audio vendors and
Read your reviews and
yeah, exactly.
And I do that oftentimes, like, you know, when I go to buy like anything, it could even be like a supplement, you know, like I'll look at what people have to say about it before just jumping at it, you know what I mean?
Right. And so I had actually made the mistake when I was first starting out. I didn't know how to record or anything. I was just trying to do it all independently by myself. And I made the mistake of looking at mics at Walmart. They do have good mics, but the mics I was looking at, because I was just starting out and I didn't talk to anyone about this, which was a L on my end, but
It happens.
I had got the mic and I went to record, and I play the beat, I'm recording, and I thought it sounded good. Hit play, and I'm like, oh, the distortion, like you could hear so much of the background, you couldn't adjust anything. It was just awful.
A lot of noise in the recording.
Yeah.
There's honestly kind of a hidden beauty to that, though.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you get the distorted audio when you're recording. That's fine and stuff. But you're, like you said, you were a beginner. You know, you just figuring it out, just learning. It's nice to go through and kind of mix down that fucked up audio. How good can I get this to sound?
Yeah.
And if I do maybe little tweaks here and there, maybe go back and try re-recording this, maybe saying it a different way, the mic will pick it up differently.
Right.
And it does nothing but improve your skill and better you as a person, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And like back then, I wish I had known about some of the YouTube tutorials and stuff that I know now. Is like back then, I didn't know anything. I didn't know any of the terminologies. I'm trying to mix it, and it just got worse and worse. So I ended up deleting it, getting rid of the mic, and just going out to G2E after I had hit up Marty asking where to go, because that was not the proper way to go about things at the time. Okay,
Still counts.
so with stuff like that being said, one of the questions that I'm sure fans have had that we had mentioned in 2 podcasts ago, I believe it was.
Do you still have the pink boxers?
I do.
Oh.
I do.
That's not where I was
I
going.
definitely still have the pink swimming trunks.
The fans have been emailing in, and they want to know.
I got them. Like, like when we get to do like a summer show where I'm not having to work overtime, I'll gladly perform in that.
So, no, they have heard my perspective on Dallas. What was your overall perspective?
It was a lit experience. I mean, like, I was a little let down when we came back from the airport and we got a lift to the hotel. Me and Dysfunctional came to this bougie ass, like, I shit you not, it looked like something out of like a mobster movie, just a fancy ass hotel room. Like, the nightly, it cost us like $80 a night for it too. The motherfuckers didn't get their security.
Yeah,
Like, cop that shit. It was like bougie as hell. And like, we came there and I was like expecting like, man, we're gonna pull so many hoes. There's like this chick that was following me that lived by Dallas that was like always commenting on my stuff and all that. And like when she caught wind of me being out in Texas, she's like, I'm gonna meet up with you. I was like, damn straight, I got this bougie ass hotel. Like, pop out,
Right.
Me and Dysfunctional, like, like, all right, like, we just set foot in Dallas, like, mission accomplished, let's go get some alcohol. Like, these mofos, like, close shop at, like, 10 o'clock at night. We walked to the Circle K, like, and there's people looking at us crazy, like, they don't sell alcohol past midnight here, right? I'm like, what?
Oh God!
I was so
Since when?
So yeah, like we got an In-N-Out burger, and then like we went back to the hotel and went to bed. Like, that was our first night in Dallas.
So do you remember the part when we went to the gas station and they're all like, "Oh, they're closed right now. They're taking their break." And
Yeah.
we're like, "Excuse me?" Like, both people are taking their break, so they have to what? I was like, "Okay."
That's just bad management.
Bro, I hate that shit. I've been to places where it's like there's one person making coffee
Yeah.
and he's out on his fucking smoke break. It's like, I'm trying to give you guys my fucking money. You just fucking come in here, make my fucking frappuccino, and fucking take my fucking $20.
The way they're looking at it is like, fuck your money. I'm being paid like $11.25 right now. Like, you ain't gonna make me throw away this whole Newport. Like, this is
So
like,
what Aaron the rapper's trying to say is, you ever want to see him out in public, just go to Dunkin' Donuts.
actually, like, the only time I've seen Aaron the rapper out in public was when I was at Dunkin' Donuts.
Call this shit, yo.
It happened one fucking time.
That's what they all say.
Damn, bro. Nah.
He said, make my fucking frappuccino, bitch.
And that's why I can't go back. I gotta hit up fucking Beanbox now.
Starbucks, fucking Jeremiah Joe's.
Yeah, no shit. No, that's a trip and a half for him now.
Yeah, it is, bro.
Nah, that coffee ain't worth it. They make everything taste like cherries, but
Yeah. Lassoing back in from that.
okay.
All right, cowboy.
So, yeah.
After that first night.
Yeah, I mean, we wake up. I was kind of doing some hood etiquette with Dysfunctional. We go to downtown Dallas. We walk into 7-Eleven. Like, was that your first time in a 7-Eleven?
No.
Okay, I was just checking. But like, yeah, we walk into 7-Eleven. I was like, I got a strategy. So like, I poured us up a couple Slurpees. We like dump some ices in them. We're just walking around Dallas, downtown Dallas, sipping. Really conservative city. I mean, I've never seen so many churches in a major city in my life. Even like their public parks. Like, we walked into the spiral thing and like we were kind of sweating balls after walking for a minute. And we walk in this thing, we feel the air conditioning, and it said all Christian organizations. Like, zoop, walk out of there. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I'm not trying to get preached. It's like the AC was hitting, but like it wasn't hitting hard enough.
Yo,
like,
so it says like pick up orders at the top, and we're like, what? Because like it's just
spiral
like
just went up. Like,
yeah. So we were assuming you can like walk all the way up this spiral. Turns out you can only like walk up halfway, and there's a door. That's the door where he's talking about opening, and it's just fucking ice cold air just hitting you in the face. Yeah, I was like, who's gonna walk all the way to the top of this fucking thing and order some food and watch these bitches like walk all the way up and be like, here's your food, master? Like, what the fuck?
really biblical.
Yeah.
Symbolic.
Open the door up into fucking Niflheim, huh?
But yeah, like that same day, like we are supposed to do the cipher for grind mode, like in Dallas's equivalent of Millennium Park. It has like these nice little chrome sculptures, and there's food trucks, and I will give Dallas this. It's probably one of the best smelling towns or cities I've been in. It smelled like straight dryer sheets and like food trucks, and it didn't smell like car exhaust or like garbage like most of these other cities do. Dallas is like really clean. Like it's a really clean city.
Yeah, it's like when you see the fucking Disney movies and everything's like so spot on beautiful and stuff, and you can just like
Something tells me like with all these like chrome packers and like all this like hood rat shit that's going out in Dallas, though, it's kind of like watching the interview, like when they were walking the interviewers through fucking Korea, and they had like all those shops up and shit. Like they made it look really nice for the tourists and shit. But I bet you if you're there for a grip, like you're gonna get robbed.
yeah.
But I mean, like the way they presented it for the tourists is really pretty.
Yeah.
Well, dude, like that fucking video I had shared on Facebook with the dude. He's like, yeah, man, I just pulled out my strap on him. He was trying to get in my car. He probably doesn't even know how to drive stick shift. That was out in Dallas, and I'm like, yo, what the?
We'll get to that part. So like we did our cipher and all this, and I was in the last cipher, and I anchored the last cipher. Energy was insane. Things were dope. I was probably about like 20 beers down by then. I was starving, and I was like, man, like I walk out, and like literally across from like where we were like performing in, there was like a strip mall. It was like all Ethiopian stuff. It was like Ethiopian laundromat, Ethiopian clothes, Ethiopian restaurant. I was like, these motherfuckers have cuisine. Like you had to have food to make cuisine out of it. I was curious. I walked up to Gnosis. Gnosis was one of the dudes in the cipher. I was like, dude, I sound insensitive if I'm asking you, like, how the hell do Ethiopians have cuisine, like, when they're known for starving, He's like, here's one thing. If you go out to the Ethiopian thing, expect to fuck somebody or get fucked. I was like, don't threaten me with a good time. Like, I walked right over that strip, and, like, I just sat my happy ass in a restaurant drinking beers, and, like, Dysfunctional was out interviewing a bunch of other rappers and all that, and eventually, like, I was trying to call him, he was trying to call me, and I dragged him in there. We ate, like, this weird-ass food with these pancakes that you're scooping it up with, and it was fire, and I was like, where's the strippers at? I was like, I didn't get fucked, so like, where's the strippers at?
Where's the bitches?
I felt bad as fuck looking at them like, hey, you guys got silverware? Like
They looked at us sideways, they're like, so I had to watch a YouTube tutorial like on how to eat this shit. You were taking these pancakes, and you had to scoop the stuff up and eat it like that.
Doggy bag, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, the doggy bag. So yeah, after we ate our doggy bag, dude, like I was like, man, I didn't get fucked in Little Ethiopia. So like, we walked back to the little strip joint after like all the grimo dudes have been gone. I walk up to the bouncers who were also Ethiopian. I was like, where's the strip club at? Like, don't tell our wives. And like, they're like, they punched in the Uber for
dude,
me.
I forgot about this shit. Oh god.
But went up to the strip club and all that. This is probably like the most segregated strip club I've ever seen. They had everybody sectioned at tables. Like, our asses walked in too late. It's a BYOB strip club too, so like that was kind of the cool thing. It took us a minute to realize that they weren't serving alcohol. Like we were walking up to like strippers and like ice tenders. I guess call them ice tenders. It's like I was like, Modelo. They're like, you bring one in yourself. I was like, the fuck? Like
They were like, this is just ice, you dumb bitch.
yeah.
I'd like to add to that, like you had bought some fucking Red Bulls, I think,
And then they let me bring it in.
Exactly, but they had that there. It was like completely reversed. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They're like, no, the one thing we do sell, gotta say fuck you on that one.
So it's a strip club that's like a juice bar apparently. Like, it's just energy, they just serve ice, energy drinks, and like cranberry juice, but like, like you'd bring in your own alcohol.
Keep you going all fucking night.
So we go to the strip. We run to the gas station across the street. I was like shooting my shot with every female there because I was supposed to like hook up with this chick that I was supposed to have come to the hotel, but like I don't know.
Right, so you're itching to get some food.
Yeah, I was like itching. So we go across to the gas station. I'm like hitting on the gas station clerk. She's like, "Nice try, honey. I know you're coming from a strip club."
Dude, I felt so attacked when she said that shit. I was like, fuck.
I was like, touche. I was like, all right, grab my White Claws and dip.
Dysfunctional gave her the puppy eyes. How'd you know?
We come back. Me and Dysfunctional are buying each other lap dances and all that. And
From each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, for each other.
Yeah.
I would like find like a stack. I would find like a stack like chick and be like, "Yo, you see that dude with the glasses over there? $20. Go hook him up with something." She'd go drag his ass to the backstage, and he'd like come back, return the favor. Hey, you see that giant over there,
dude? Dead ass. I was like, "You see that tall ass motherfucker over there sitting by that fat ass?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Him." She's like, "Okay."
You sure I don't have to do it with the fat ass? No, I don't.
Dude, he was a fucking baller though.
Yeah, he was treat the strippers.
Hell yeah.
No, he's treating the bartenders too. You just tell he's like a regular. He's like, yeah, like they got like amazing food. He's like, I wouldn't come here to eat.
Well,
like,
yeah, dude. Well,
like,
that's
bro,
like
some
E. coli
titties
on
and
the
some chicken
food.
wings.
yeah, dude. Well,
I
that's
think,
what.
like eating at a strip club is like I've never been in a strip club where they serve food, and I've never ordered food at a strip club. It's just to think like pink eye is like already highly possible.
I mean, there's body parts flying all over the place.
Yeah.
There, yeah. Who knows what's
the girls will be really clean, but there's like poop particles flying regardless of how you want to look
Right,
at
bro,
it.
they can be whipping around, toot a little bit, fucking.
Dude, fucking upside down on the strip pole, just rips ass, spraying everyone. Ultimate crop dust.
Brown streak down the middle.
Brown tornado.
I go out to have a cigarette, and I come back inside, and Dysfunctional's gone. I drink a couple more drinks. I talk to the big dude for a little bit. Go out to have another cigarette. I did this about. I smoked a whole pack, and this dude was still gone. I'm out like the final time, and these like kids, this Asian kid was trying to fight like the bouncer, and the bouncer was a black man. He was like saying N-word this, N-word that at him. And like the bouncer was like, he's a nice dude, like a really cool dude.
Just being really patient with him.
Really patient.
Right.
Well, that dude said his last N-word. He got stuck. The bouncer punched him right in the mouth and like stuck him. And then his homies tried to jump in. He pepper sprayed his homies and shit. And like these dudes are like, all right, we'll see you. Like, they're gonna go to like the car to grab a piece. The other bouncer comes up. He's like, nope, don't do a fucking thing. I'll fucking shoot you. And like this one Dysfunctional walks out. And I'm like running back in because it's like, man, we ain't got no protection on us or anything like that. These
Yeah, I'm not
man,
from here, right?
Yeah.
My family's not close by. They're gonna have to fucking fly out.
And the first thing I hear after like we're about to have like a Wild Wild West shootout, Dysfunctional is like, do you have $140? I'm like, why?
Yo.
He's like, oh, I don't want to tell you.
That's never any good.
That machine was grimy though.
Yeah, like I mean, like I went to like go pull my money out the ATM. I had more than enough money to like cover what he asked, and like the machine declined. Like what that ATM was trying to tell me is that you should have stiffed her.
Yeah. See, because like it had done it to me too, and like I wasn't even pulling that much out. Like I knew I had way more than enough.
I only pulled out like $50 at the strip club. Like.
Yeah. But yeah, from my perspective, all that shit was going on, and then I walk outside. I walk up to you to tell you something. You're smoking a cigarette. Next thing I know, we're in the middle of two guys with guns, and I'm like, oh, and I look at you to say something, and you dip, and I was like, bitch, what the fuck? And I dipped out with you.
That's just what you do, dude. You're not gonna sit there and try to spectate, dude. Just leave, like run. Like if you stay there, you're just slow. Like
yo, I just wanted the popcorn. I just want to be like,
What a change up though. Austin's inside for getting some nookie for $140. Comes outside, some dude's fucking flashing a gun. He's like, I'm in a fucking Call of Duty game.
That's Dallas in a nutshell. Like if you ever want to see a motherfucker move that fast in Timberlands, have something like that go down.
So like the funniest part was like after all this shit goes down, we're getting ready to leave. And Bouncer's like, yeah, no one can go back inside.
I walk right past him. I was like, I got a piss. They're like, go ahead.
yeah. It's literally like
I had a Grind Mode affiliate shirt on. I was like, I'm Grind Mode. They're like, what's that? I was like, they're huge, bro. Like I'm a rapper. They're like, all right, you can take a piss.
Yeah, dude, because like literally, he's like roasting this guy and telling him he can go piss in the trees, and there's a shit ton out there. He's like, go piss in the fucking forest. And then like you and me are laughing about it. And me and the bouncer look away, and we look at each other and start talking. And we're like, wait. And he's like, where'd your buddy go? I was like, I don't fucking know. And he walks out of the strip club. We're like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, dude, I had to take a piss. And we're like, but...
I was sweet talking like the little door girls. Like,
What's up, mama? I gotta whip this dick out. I gotta take a leak and
I was
get
like,
some fucking candy.
Yeah, exactly. You want to tell him your perspective on getting all that fucking candy, you junkie?
oh yeah, dude. Like, so like at this strip club, this is like the first time I've ever seen this. There's a lot of Ethiopians in Dallas. Like, the dude had a thick African accent. I walk into the bathroom to take a piss, and I come by the sink. The dude starts dispensing soap in my hands, and he's like fucking like mashing my hands together, lather them up, and he's like fucking turning the water on. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's like, your pleasure. I was like, okay. It's like, is that candy yours? He's like, take some. I was like, bet.
Dude, after that, I shit you not, it was like 30 minutes later, he goes back, and then it was like 20 minutes later, and
This
then
one
15.
was like, where you going? I was like, dude, there's this African dude that'll like give you candy and wash your hands. Like,
Dude, I thought someone...
I found fucking Narnia, bro.
Hey, that's something we can talk about here in a second, but I thought someone had slipped me something, and I was like, yo, you're shitting me, right? You're like, no, go to the bathroom. So I go in the bathroom, dude does it, I'm like, I felt violated. I was like, thanks, I guess. He's like, candy?
that's
I was
Southern
like,
hospitality.
like,
They pump the
yeah.
gas for you and everything.
yeah,
Like,
dude.
Oh, they have gas attendants still out there?
Not in Dallas, but I know I would have been in other southern states.
Oh.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And he just points to the candy, and I was like, oh, okay. And I took some and just fucking tipped out. I was like, what the fuck?
You felt like you were stealing something, but that's what the
Yeah.
candy's there for, so you can give him a tip.
One of the times when Neeko had gone outside to smoke, I went with him, and we're talking, and I'm like drunk as fuck, and
Dysfunctional started rapping, and like this kid like comes up to him, and he's like feeling him. Like, Dysfunctional's like rapping to like Ethereal on his phone. I was like, Dysfunctional. I was like, this kid's vibing with you, man. He looks over. He's like, oh hey. He's like, I'm Sleepy P, man. Like, I'm a studio and shit. He was like co-signing homeboy. I'm like, I ain't shit. Like, damn. But he was loving Dysfunctional, and I'm coming inside. This dude had like this big bottle of Don Julio, bro, and like he was like pouring us up cups of Don Julio. I didn't know that these cups were like temperature color changing cups, but like I look away 1 second, he's pouring. I look back, these cups are red.
yeah. Dude, I
was like really like skeptical of it. Like, mind you, the dude, you know how expensive Don Julio is. This dude had a whole fifth of Don Julio, and you know, he poured me and Dysfunctional probably up at like $80 worth of Don Julio. Yeah, you know, full like 16-ounce cup, and it was red. I was like, did anybody like put some shit in this? He's like, no, man. It's like maybe like somebody like put like cherry flavoring in it. I was like, yeah. I took the cup with me to the bathroom, acting like I was sipping. I dumped that shit. I was like, nah, you ain't roofing me, dog. Like,
Somebody throw grenadine in this bitch.
it's like cherry this, man. I ain't drinking that shit. I dumped like.
Yeah, because like he goes out and dumps it. I'm like looking at my cup. I'm like, you know what? He's not gonna get slipped. Fuck it. And I just fucking downed mine. I was like, all right, let's go.
He was like, I'm down for the night. Fuck it.
Man, you're reckless.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to put you in fucking bubble wrap if I bring you places. So you're okay with getting roofied?
Hey, you were with me and you didn't.
Yo,
drink.
he
I was
had
down.
a guardian, bro.
Yeah.
He was good.
Okay, like if
Dude,
you didn't
I-
succeed with the Don Julio, like you would have given you something else. Like, here's his Tootsie Roll, or like, you know.
Dude,
Yeah, he's just gonna gnaw on his tongue for a little bit.
I had that really fat dude who was talking to us, and I had you. I think I was good. Like I said, fuck you.
I think you're roofied around the fat dude. Like, I don't know. I mean, he was cool, but
Oh, shit.
He tried flexing his business to us. He's like, oh yeah, here's some cards.
I'm a real estate guy.
yeah.
It's like, dude, like I'm only here for a day and a half. I ain't trying to buy a house.
You looking for a house? I got 12 of them.
But yeah, Neeko had told him that we knew someone out there, and he's like, does he have a house? Does he need a house? And we're like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, he has a house. He was a part of like the oil riggers. He did good off the jet, like moving out there and shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like you guys had a very, very good time in Dallas. I mean,
yeah.
it sounds adventurous.
One more thing. Here's my exit wagon to like Dallas. So like, you know, with all this random shit, the roofie, tequila, and the White Claws, and all this Ethiopian food. I had to take a shit at the airport, and this like cockroach was like as big as my big toe. It just comes crawling up, and this motherfucker had a personality. It was like looking at me like, what's up? Like, I was like,
You got a Newport, bitch.
I was like, these Timbs are really heavy, but I don't want his guts all over my shit. This is a big motherfucker. Like, I don't even know if I would kill it. Like, I was in the squat position. Like, do you have to like roll up on me when I'm doing this right now? I'm like so vulnerable right now. And it just looked at me for like 2 minutes, just skirted away. That was my like exit wagon, like out of Dallas.
Well, dude, on the entrance wagon, it was like awkward as shit because like we're talking to the driver and he's like, "Yeah, what you guys out here for?" And we're
He's
like, "Rap."
freestyling
And he's
with
like,
us and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. And he's like, "You guys rap?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Want to throw on a beat?" And we're like, "All right, bet." First off, the beats were like trash, and I thought, and he was like really confident with himself, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna freestyle with you guys." And he starts off like he could freestyle, but it wasn't what I would consider good. He knew what he was doing though.
He said, "Yo, my friend Steven produced these beats." He said, "Yo, check it out. My name is Yang. I'm gonna do my thing. I eat chicken wings and rock bling bling."
that though.
He was like Kid Tragic. Just
Yeah.
Dallas's Kid Tragic. Except he wasn't
Yeah.
from Dallas either.
Yeah, and then we start hopping on the beats, and like the beats were like iffy, but like we killed it. And he's like, "Yeah, you guys are awesome." He's like, "You doing anything else?" I was like, "I got a magazine," and I was like, "I'm selling them like 25 a pop or 15 a pop." And he's like, "Yo, that's kind of pricey." And I was like, "Bro, have you ever bought a magazine?" Like,
Internet.
yeah,
Yeah, publications are a little pricey these days.
yeah,
Try go getting a fucking Playboy magazine for anything less than fucking $13.
honestly,
They exist still.
yeah.
I have no idea.
Damn. That's like so like 1982.
Damn, bro.
Tell your grandpas.
Tell Kid Beats.
You looking for some bush and a good time?
He's like, Playboy's too sus, Hustler's more my thing.
Yo. God damn it.
Oh,
You can throw rocks in my house, dude. Like, you know. God.
just don't throw stones if you live in a glass house.
Yeah.
Some good words of wisdom there. But no, good shit. As I said before, sounds like you guys had a dope trip. It may not be what you guys had expected it to be, but
And any of the last time we'll do some shit like this, we'll probably come back with more interesting stories. Like when we go out to Tokyo, we won't bring Jade.
damn.
Yeah.
No, he's got to be part of that fucking podcast,
like,
bro.
no, dude, because like we're gonna fuck his bitch in Tokyo.
Well, he has to have one first.
Yeah.
The role reversal.
No, there has to be a Japanese guy out in Indiana.
Yeah, dude, like, yeah. I just rugged your bitch in Indiana.
I just okay, I'm not gonna do that on this podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, like overall, I felt like it was like The Hangover, the lesser version of The Hangover.
Yeah, it was like a really like. Well, I mean, there's like enough X scenes, but like still like a PG version of it.
Yeah.
enough for a solid movie, at least.
Yeah, there was no Mike Tyson, but there was like a 7-foot fucking ginger, so
It was like large's like
Step
separated
cousin.
twin.
yeah.
It's largest separated twin.
Yeah.
They kind of like talk the same too.
Oh.
Oh, good shit. So, Dallas aside, Wrangler back in.
Oh yeah.
You rock the collective of war music.
Yes.
Could you explain to us what that is, what that means to you?
So I mean, war music stands for "We Are Respected." And just the music thing is just to signify what it's about. Holy shit! Get some moisturizer on that tattoo. Looks dry as hell. But anyways, originally it was like me, Renegade, Kid Tragic, Church IE. If you want to include everybody from UGS, it was just a whole conglomerate of people. And the way that I see of like keeping of war music in my name is like I'm still carrying like our spirit and our camp no matter what direction I take. Plus it's just really dope branding, My homies, like, they're taking steps to like secure the bag themselves. We all do it with different methods and like paces and all that. I think prior to like, these guys like figuring out their own personal strategies, because like I want everybody in my own camp to be able to like build their own shit from the ground up. I just kept up war music in my name to keep all of us alive, in the scene.
Right. Keep the brand here. Keep it relevant. Keep it in the public eye. I mean, that
Right. And I'm more of a team player than like a ball hog, so
right. And absolutely, that goes along with a lot of our previous conversations on this podcast.
Yeah.
It really is about teamwork and helping each other out and making sure that you all have that baseline knowledge. You know, if I know something, you know something, he knows something, we're all here.
Yeah, exactly. Full circle.
Right. So with the War Music Collective, you had mentioned some of your teammates, Kid Tragic, Renegade. I gotta ask myself, is there any future plans for you guys to release any content, any music?
Renegade's got himself like a whole EP that he's got like put together right now. He's just figuring out how to conduct a couple things with a couple of the collaborations that he has. And him and his brother are gonna produce it. His brother's gonna mix it. He's planning on releasing that sometime this summer. He's wanting to release it in July, but you know things happen. I'm not gonna like say his release date for him. Kid Tragic, he has so many songs. Like I would say, like probably out of anyone I know, like that kid probably has like 70 something songs that are just sitting in the vault that he hasn't released. Like he probably hasn't tried to record anything new in the last couple of years, but like he recorded so much stuff that he didn't release. Like if this kid really wanted to, he could release a song every 3 days and keep us entertained for a couple of years. Like he had that much shit laid down. I know, like just from one time of kicking it with him.
That's crazy. One of the other things, since you had brought up war music and he had mentioned UGS and everything, what's I wouldn't say downfall, but like, what made you go from UGS and branch off into war music?
Okay, a couple people are gonna be mad at my answer here, but like this all kind of started with all right, so like basically how things are gonna go when you have like a whole group of people is that like, you know, when you get to a certain point, ego will get in the way. There's always going to be one person out of the conglomerate of no matter how many people you have that like some people are going to favor. And then like each individual is going to have their own support system that's going to look out to their best interests, you know. What kind of caused the fall of like UGS honestly started with the whole STM ring. STM kind of like wanted me to be like their original like clothes model, you know. Church wanted to make an opportunity with them, and when I fell off with them, he more so wanted to side with them, and that was around the time I just decided to make war music. There was a couple of disagreements, and it just kind of led to me like taking more things in my own direction. So I eventually linked up with Family ENT and met Kid Tragic and Renegade, and took more of a professional route with them. You know, I kind of feel like things happen for a reason, because like if I was still in the UGS phase, like I would not have had like the same sense of professionalism that I've developed from that point on forth.
Right.
Like we're more like Odd Future, but just even goofier. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, of course, definitely. And seeing it from my perspective, I can vouch for that 100%.
Yeah.
One of the things I think is crazy is like we had talked about prior to this. I remember when I was younger and I was doing parkour. You actually used to be at the same park, but that's when you had UGS and you guys were shooting music videos and doing all this stuff. I didn't hook up with you guys. Like my ego was in the way, and I didn't even know what you guys were doing. Come to find out, you're like way up there as opposed to what I was doing at the time. And skip a few years later, that's when I had reheard you with the Silverback, and then from that, when I was working at Beat Ups and ran into Lexi. So like it was really crazy to like be in and out of what you were doing from a third person perspective almost.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like an example of us, like, you know, like being in the same vicinities, like life will kind of like put you like in the path of somebody that's supposed to supplement your life, and it'll like, you know, also pull people away from you that aren't supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I mean, we were meant to cross paths. I mean, obviously we're in the same time and place right now, like chopping it up about it.
Right.
So I mean, things happen to help you grow as a person and all that. You may have thought we're a bunch of weirdos, like, you know, at the park like that. Come to find out, like that was a stepping stone to like, you know, where we're all gonna be at. And that's the stepping stones that you'd be taking too. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Also, church, while we're at this, what the hell were you doing in that red onesie? Or jumping off that bench in that video? Like,
I got his answer for that. So like, you know how like and this is what like kind of made me want to kick church in the nuts. So like, I asked myself, I was like, why were you wearing the red onesie? So supposedly he wore that red onesie because it's a Rudolph onesie. I was like, okay, why the Rudolph? It's because there's sleigh bells and beat.
Okay.
Whatever you want to correlate with.
I was like, that is the most random thing that you could have made a connection to out of the entire song, like the lyrics, like the bass line, the fucking melody, something like you wanted to make a connect to the sleigh bells, which is like very common in like late 90s and early 2000s rap beats. So
See, I find it kind of funny because it's like he's almost like that stereotypical like dog sees bird, but only it's more directed with thought and almost overthinking instead.
yeah, he was being pretty savant in that situation.
Oh, I could.
So if that answers your question, like he wore the PJs, and honestly, if he kind of ran with the PJs thing afterward, I think that might have gotten him the clout that he could have needed to push him individually.
Yeah, see, and I could see that because like watching the music video, like that stood out instantly.
Like everybody,
what
everybody
the-
was like in regular street clothes, and he was like in that goofy icicle hat and the PJs.
He could have been like the Tyler, the Creator of out here with the randomness.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah.
Good shit. Well, I think we're almost approaching our end zone here, but is there anything else you wanted to ask before we start to close up?
Not necessarily ask, but I do want to promote something real quick. Our Teespring is up and running right now. If you go up on Teespring, type in same thing as Instagram, Facebook, just type in TH3C0MEUP. It'll pop up. Yep, of course.
Branding.
All the time. All day, every day.
Important as fuck.
Facts.
And anybody that sees my QR code, scan it. Don't peel it off the poles. Like, just scan it.
Oh, yeah. No, we
that
put
shit
time and
be-
effort into putting those up everywhere, so you see it, scan it.
I know who peeled it too.
He's coming for you. One question I have real quick. Is there any upcoming projects or anything that you're working on right now that you would like to promote, or you're trying to keep it on the hush hush right now, or
No, I'm gonna continue making these I Told You series. So I got I Told You 2. It's not 2 is in the numbers, like 2 is in like I Told You 2. Like this is gonna kind of be like I guess it'd kind of be like my Carter series. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
people
think
can
so.
stick to the same
I like
title.
it. Yeah.
is that branding?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100% I rock with that.
Good shit. Good shit. So the I Told You series is in the works. Is there any like collaborative efforts? Any new songs you have coming out with like Dysfunctional or any of our other buddies?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I mean, I got a collab with you, Dysfunctional, and Dak the Rapper, who's like young enough to be my son. I would say like for I Told You 2, how I do collaborations is that like I'm a little more last minute with it. I got permanent markers where I want to put Marty P on it. Me and Marty P talked about it, but I know like that motherfucker right there, like that shit's a hit. So I'm gonna like keep on dragging people with it, like I did with like I'm Alright and Casper. You know what I mean? I know it's a banger, so I'm gonna kind of like breadcrumb people and like give me some good views.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah, you had teased it, and like that's all I want to hear for a release right now.
Yeah, like I show other snippets, be like, that's nice, but like, where's permanent markers?
Yeah.
Like, man, fucking permanent markers. I made like 12 songs since then.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's how it was for me. Like I was rocking with Casper, and then I heard this, and I'm like, okay, what's
Yeah.
this one?
This is another super auto-tuney emo song. I guess I'm really good at making those. Hey.
I dig that vibe from you a lot. I must say so.
Emo, melodic, auto-tune. It's not quite like Future, T-Pain.
You do the white boy well.
Yeah.
Depressed white boy.
We depressed.
Press. Ooh, wee.
Oh, good shit.
Yeah.
Well, as always, I've been Aaron the Rapper.
Dysfunctional.
And it's Neeko of War Music. Your other guests. I don't know, like, be a guest.
Yeah, pop out, do your thing.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on and doing the show with us. We appreciate having
Thanks
you
for having
here.
me.
And,
It's an opportunity to be the first guest. It's kind of lit.
absolutely setting the bar for everyone else. We seriously appreciate that.
Fuck yeah.
But good shit. I think this is a good time to sign off. So as always, you can catch us every Friday. Dysfunctional told you that the Teespring is up. We all have new music in the works, so be on the lookout for that. I think that's it,
Bon
man.
voyage.
Other than that, we out.
Good shit, bitches.
Beyond my limits, Woody. I go locomotive, burn a song. I burn up these tracks. I'm murdering rappers. You motherfuckers are not keeping it long. I said to my family, we'll get it cracking when only the liquor was keeping us strong. Now look what it happened. Imagine if we have no passion within us. I'm hitting it hard. Well, here I go. I'm just trying to have it all. Money causing the clues. I'm just trying to have a ball. If I'm gone for a minute, baby, let these people know I'm alright. Let them know I'm alright. Just let them know that I've been grinding for what's mine. Tribulations and some trials never hindered our grind. I'ma tell them if I'm gone for a minute, baby, let these people know I'm alright. Let them know I'm alright. Just let them know that.